Black America, walk with me. Talk with me. I want you guys to get to feel this. Feel this in your soul, the marrow of your bones. I know this country did everything it could to break you down, to destroy your essence of your being. But I need you guys to realize how much power you actually have. You have power to make or break corporations. Let's get more into it when I come back. Hello everyone, welcome back. Those who are returning, regular viewers, appreciate you. Let's just jump into this, because if you have been paying attention to what's being said online, I appreciate it happening though, even though it's like irking. These people are finally showing the public, the world, their true colors. I appreciate that. What's crazy is how these groups think they have so much power, when if you had that much power, you wouldn't be whining and crying on video. You know, why are you whining and crying all over social media? If you got that much power, it's like you would have been like, okay, whatever, Black America, y'all want to keep your money, fine, we got money too, you know. Or why aren't you, like I keep saying, why aren't you going to these white folks who put a battery in your back that made you act the fool, that caused this to happen? You followed their lead. Now you're suffering. So where are they to bail you out? These Hispanics that you love to hire, you and these Hispanics have a great relationship, so I've been told. Where are they? Why aren't they coming in to bail you out? Y'all gonna leave us alone, or you about to find out the full power that you have not felt. You've seen what we've done in the past. Those of you guys who think you're so smart and so sassy with the tongue, go do some research. And I'm not asking you to do research like I really care if you know the truth or not. But go do some research and stop humiliating yourself. See how many times we had to put the belt to ass when it came to these racist corporations. So we did it with them, including Target. You guys want to keep saying, well, what about the racists? Whatever. We deal with them, and they know it. We put belt to ass with Target. I don't even think they recuperated yet. What do you think we're going to do with you? You think we're going to give you a pass? No. And you guys been in our community longer than Target. So you know we coming with it. And Black Americans, you better not falter. You better not give in. These people are coming in trying to threaten us to spend. Do you see how entitled and delusional these people are? They are delusional. I want to play these clips. I need you guys to hear. I think I pray to God that this helps strengthens your determination to build our own computers, to build our own infrastructure and leave these hating, trifling, greedy people alone. Check this out.
Black power and black influence. Blacks in America, they can create or destroy any company in the United States of America if they wanted to. The black community in America is just retail spending power. That coin, that money is power. Now look at this. Right here on top of Google, the African American population. Yes, historically held an extremely powerful position in the retail marketplace. Excuse me. Look at this. You guys, the black community, known to drive trends across food, beauty, media, and more. Okay, this is just one aspect of black power. Look at this. The projected reach by 2024 is 1.8 trillion. That's a T, y'all. $1.8 trillion.
Respect it. We're going to make them respect it. We're going to weaponize the black dollar.
If we pull our money away, the economy will crash. Black dollar is over 1.9 trillion. Asian dollar is less than $1 trillion.
That's right.
They only support their own color.
The black dollar rank amongst the top in the entire world as far as economic power. Most black people don't need financial assistance. All of the metrics are pretty much the same. 84%, to be exact, of black people don't use or need financial assistance.
You cannot make someone spend money. You cannot make someone support your business. That would be called extortion. Black Americans ain't supporting our business, so we're going to go to the government and ask Trump to deport them. Trump better tread lightly. He better tread lightly. That we don't have laser sharp focus on him and his administration. So back to you. You cannot make anyone spend money on your products or your establishment if they don't want to. That's called strong arming, fool. Wow. If that was possible, you think Target wouldn't have made that move? I don't give a damn what y'all talking about, Black America. You gonna come to the store and keep giving us your money. Thank you. I'm so glad we did this, Black America, because I'm so glad the world is seeing how trifling these people are, the so-called model citizens and their cronies. And I don't know why y'all sitting up here jumping in it, because y'all next. Our people built strong economies independent of this government. You think we can't do it again? We don't need. That's the thing, Black America. What do you need from these groups that you don't already have? What do you need from retail stores? What do you need from these Asian stores and nail salons? What do you need from these Hispanic stores and Indian markets? You don't need anything. You don't need. Do you know the difference between a need? And I'm not trying to talk to you like you stupid. A need is something like you need air, you need water, you need food. That's anything else is not a need. Now, if you need medical supplies, that's different. Whatever you need to get to keep your household running, that's different. But anything else is a luxury. So let's get on with this content. We don't need anything. I just wanted to reiterate that. Now let's go on. 2 trillions of dollars. Two, and it grow. I see different numbers. We know it's in the trillions, right? Our spending power. That is what Black Americans spend in this economy every single year. Do you know what the most dangerous thing about that number is? Most of y'all don't even know you're sitting on a weapon. A weapon that has built entire cities out of nothing. And leveled corporations that thought they were untouchable. Today we are taking a walk through history. And by the time we're done, you will never look at your wallet the same way again. Check this out. They would tell you that Black Americans are economically powerless. Who tells that? Who says that to us all the time? Have you guys thinking y'all broke, busted, and disgusted? They'll throw poverty statistics and wealth gaps at you all day long. But what they will not tell you, what they are hoping you never figure out, is that Black Americans control $2.1 trillion in spending power. I was looking at this video before I started, and this black guy had this map behind him, and it was showing how much money each Black American community have in a variety of states. Say California had 87 point something billion. I was like, and now California was the lowest. I was like, what? California? But yeah. He was like, they keep lying and trying to make us think we're poor. That's what they want. I told you this country loves playing mind effing games at our expense. And so it's so unfortunate that some of us actually believe it. Let's go on. Black Americans control over 2.1 trillion, over $2 trillion in spending power. That is larger than the entire GDP of most countries on this earth. I keep reiterating our spending power because I need you guys to get it. I need you guys to realize that you are not in a position to beg anybody for anything. You don't have to. You don't have to. You're in a position to make demands. And if they don't adhere to our demands, they can suffer. That's it. Like they trying to make us suffer. When you have that much spending power, you don't beg anyone for anything. And you for damn sure don't beg people to come into your community with their 2-bit businesses and defective products like you need them. Let's go on. And throughout history, that dollar has built empires, and it has brought corporations to their knees. Let me walk you through it. You already have been made aware of what black dollars can do. Black Wall Street. There was a time that Black Wall Streets and hundreds of other black towns made the collective decision to spend their money with each other. What are we doing now? We said, damn all this nonsense, terrible customer service, bad sanitation practices. We're going over here to spend our money with each other. And y'all having a conniption. Let's go on. The Greenwood district in Tulsa, Oklahoma was not and is not the only example of greatness. Black Wall Street wasn't just a slogan, it was an entire self-sustaining economy. Built by black people for black people. And our people built it from nothing. That's the part many don't want to focus on. Our people weren't handed grants and resources due to being a newly immigrant. There were no organizations specifically geared to help us like these other groups have the luxury of having, then turn around and brag about what they can do in our country. It's so laughable and pathetic at the same time. Because I want to see you guys do the same thing in your country, you know? And then you keep hearing these people talking about immigrants built this country. When? When did they build it? In their imagination? Because I would like you to use those same skills you claim helped you to build this country in your country. Go build your country up and get out of our face. That's what you can do. Let's go on. Ain't nobody hating on you. If you can go back to your country and build it up, build you a strong economy, infrastructure, I would be happy for you. I really would. Unlike you guys, you're haters. Hundreds of times our people banded together and built thriving communities that the usual suspects swore was impossible, as they convinced their puny minds that we couldn't boil water without their assistance. When they saw that, they were wrong. What they choose to not acknowledge is that we have a rich, diverse background that extends far beyond the borders of slavery. That's not who we are. We're not just slaves. Our people were not just slaves. These lowly groups have seen time and time again that we are more than that. We are more than slavery. And that's what they are terrified of. Now, here's what they do not teach you in school. Before Jim Crow locked us out of white-owned businesses, that forced exclusion actually created something powerful. It pushed us to build our own. Black Americans didn't just build their own, they built better. We built our own hospital, school system, black-owned banks where black dollars were deposited and bank loans were issued to black businesses. You know what that is? That is a closed loop economy. That is economic sovereignty. Again, our people didn't just build Greenwood. There was Eatonville, Florida, incorporated in 1887, became the oldest incorporated black municipality in the United States, built from nothing, funded entirely by the black dollar. There were hundreds of black towns like this scattered across America, all powered by the same principle. When we spend with each other, we build for each other. Now check this out. This is not ancient history that doesn't apply to us. This is our blueprint. Everything Black Wall Street accomplished, the reason that dollar circulated 19 times was because we decided it would. Our people made a deliberate choice about where our money went every single day. You hear me? We chose. Our people said we're spending our money amongst each other, and they did it. Could you imagine what we would do to this outside economy that keep playing with us, that want to reshape history and that want to ban our history in schools, telling your child, telling our children they can't go to school and learn about us, but we can learn about everybody else? Changing laws to build their infrastructure. Do you know what kind of damage we can put on this economy? You heard what the man said in the beginning of the video. He came out and said, listen, country world, I'm trying to tell y'all what kind of power Black Americans have. Y'all not trying to hear me though. Let's continue. So if we built all of that with our dollars back then, what do you think happens when we pull our dollars now? What happens when we turn the faucet off? Because history has the answer to that question. And baby, the answer will make you stand up. December the 5th, 1955, Montgomery, Alabama. Black Americans who made up 75% of the city's entire bus ridership decided they were done. The community said enough. Now, they didn't just march. They didn't just pray. They stopped paying. If you go to the beginning of my videos and listen, I don't know which ones I said it, but I say it repeatedly. Stop making these people rich. Stop making these people rich who hate you. Let's go on. Now, check this out. By the end of that first month, 1 month in, folks, the Montgomery City Line Bus Company had lost 60.62% of its revenue. That was 1 month. More than half its money gone. The city started panicking. Business owners started panicking because they finally understood something they should have understood all along. You can ignore us when we're asking you to treat us right. You cannot ignore us when we stop paying your bills and sending your children to universities to learn things in our country and get the tools to work against us. 381 days, y'all. For 381 days, Black folks in Montgomery walked to work. That was determination. Yep. Our people was determined. They was like, you're not going to keep treating me like this, and I'm going to give you my money. What I tell you, when you go to a business that disrespects you, you're giving them money, paying them to disrespect you. That's how you should see it. Oh, what was the bill? I told you, fool, it was $50. You ain't got $50? Oh, okay, here. I didn't hear you, sir. Here's my 50. Here's my credit card. You done just paid this person to disrespect you. Now, I know I was being dramatic, but that's how they are. Let's go on. They carpool. They rode mules. They organized taxi networks. They did whatever they had to do. And on November 13th, 1965, the Supreme Court ruled that bus segregation was unconstitutional. Not because those segregationists had a change of heart, because black dollars forced the issue. They never do anything based on, you know what, we've been giving black Americans a hard time in this country. How about over 500 years, Bob? Yes, Frank, 500 years. So we're going to give them a break, okay? Let's give them a break and let's finally be fair. Let's not be scared that they're going to supersede us. No. Let's just be fair, okay? They don't be thinking that way. They be thinking of other ways and more ways to put the screws in us. So you know what we can do? Withdraw your money. Make them fall flat on their faces. Let's go. Start researching black American owned and operated banks. Start with that. Withdraw your money from these commercial banks. The ones that didn't give us money, wouldn't give us loans to open up businesses in our community, but gave these newcomers loans and resources to open up businesses in our community and treat us like crap. Start with the banks and then work your way up. Let's go. Now let's go to Birmingham. 1963, Dr. King and the SCLC launched what they called the Selective Buy-in Campaign. Downtown Birmingham merchants, these department stores that would take black money but would not let black people try on clothes before buying them.
63, black Americans were barred from trying on clothes, so they organized the Selective Buying Campaign. The boycott crippled downtown merchants, winning dignity and the right to equal treatment.
Started watching their cash registers go silent. Easter season, which is the biggest retail season in the South, those merchants lost significant portions of their revenue. Some of them caved in weeks, not months, weeks later. And then Operation Breadbasket, Reverend Jesse Jackson, took that concept and weaponized it at a national level. He would walk up to major corporations and say, "You want our dollars? Then you hire our people. You stock our products. You do business with us, not just on us." And companies said no. They faced black consumer boycotts that cost them millions. This is the playbook, y'all. It's not new. See, that's what happens. I feel nothing for you guys bringing your ass over here to my country, letting these racists lie to you and make you look like the fool and didn't bother to do some research. That's what you do. When you go to new countries, you should want to do some reconnaissance, learn what's going on. That's what I would do. Because that's what a fool would do. Believe something that was said to them and don't get facts. I don't care what the media showed you. But then when we do it to you, no, that's racist, black folks. Well, what is it when you did it to us? Natural, normal, acceptable? You better go somewhere. Let's go on. Fast forward to the early 90s. Remember Denny's? Denny's kept getting hit back to back.
A lawsuit with a black couple who say they were discriminated against when they were asked to pay for their food in advance. The alleged incident occurred at one of Denny's Los Angeles locations. The restaurant's owner said past customers had left without paying, and he was concerned about the large size of the couple's order. But a white customer at the restaurant at the time testified that he wasn't asked to pay before eating, and argues the restaurant's request was motivated by race. Denny's has a history with lawsuits accusing the chain of racial discrimination. In 1994, it agreed to pay $54 million to settle suits from thousands of black customers who claimed the restaurant had treated them unfairly. Both sides in the recent lawsuit appear to be keeping the terms of the settlement confidential.
Denny's, America's largest chain of family restaurants, and two things come to mind: an inexhaustible breakfast called the Grand Slam, and a seemingly impossible problem called racism. Denny's minority customers complained that they were told to show identification before being served, that they were asked to wait longer than white customers to be seated, and then were seated in segregated areas. And some said they were asked to pay for their meals in advance. After several racial discrimination lawsuits, Denny's embarked on what may be the largest racial sensitivity experiment in the country.
Check this out. Denny's was a national chain everywhere. They loved black dollars when we came in to eat. But here's what was happening behind the counter. Black customers were being made to prepay for their food before they even got served. They were being seated last or not seated at all, being watched like criminals. That's weird how they always call us criminals, but they want our money. Why would you, did you even get that logic? If I know somebody had butterfingers, why would I want them around me? I don't care if they're rich. If your ass has a problem with stealing, I don't want you around me. I got time to be watching you like that. Doesn't that let you know they talking out their asses just to kind of just play the psychological game their racists play. And now look what's happening to them. Let's go on. And then in 1993, six black secret agents who were in Annapolis protecting the president of the United States walked into a Denny's and they were refused service. Protecting the president but could not eat at Denny's. Wouldn't that be humiliating? Like, I've been kicked out of better places. Let's go on. The six federal agents with badges refused. They were refused service. When that story went public, Black America said, we are done with Denny's. Check this out. What started as outrage turned into organized action. Thousands of black customers came forward documenting how they had been treated. Class action lawsuits were filed, and in 94, Denny's parent company, Flagstar Companies, had to pay $54 million in settlements. $54 million. Now, in 94, that was a lot. They didn't do it because they suddenly discovered their conscience. They did it because of the black dollar. And the withdrawal of the black dollar made the financial pain undeniable. So black people stopped going to their establishment. Then they had to pay out millions of dollars. Jesus. Racism is expensive. Do you think these people who call themselves superior and civilized will ever get that? I don't think so. I don't think their minions would get it either. Being prejudiced and biased is expensive. But hey, what do I care? Let's go on. And it wasn't just the money. What I mean by what do I care is not, I'm not losing money, you're losing money. You guys are used to a way of life, living a certain way because of the money that you are getting from our community. And now that you can put your foot in your mouth, you're not getting that money anymore. So now you're going to have to scale back. Oh, it reminds you of being in your country, huh? I know you hate it. Flashback, like PTSD. Let's go on. It wasn't just money. They had to completely reconstruct their entire business operations. Mandatory diversity programs, new hiring requirements, accountability structures they had never had before. All of it because black people decided their money was not welcome where their dignity was not welcome. Everything I just told you, Greenwood, Montgomery, Birmingham, Denny's, that was before the internet, before social media. You get what I'm saying? Look what we were able to accomplish pre-social media. Before black people could organize at the speed of a single tweet. So what happens when we take that same power and we apply it in the age of smartphones and viral content? You want to see what that looks like? Because we just watched it happen in real time. Target Corporation. For years, they marketed themselves to black consumers. They had diversity campaigns. They celebrated us in their advertisements. They put Black History Month displays at the front of the store. And black consumers responded. We spent with Target. We were loyal customers. That's the problem. We could be loyal to the wrong ass people. Yes, we can. Then in 2025, when the political winds shifted, Target folded. They announced a rollback of $2 billion in DEI commitments, and they thought Black America would just accept it. They thought we'd keep shopping there because where else were we going to go? They were wrong. You see how they did all that? You see how they did all that, Black America? And you know why they did it, right? Because they were literally, what was it called? What's that? When they stake out people? They were doing that to black communities in Minneapolis. Isn't that their headquarters? They were doing that to, they did black people so wrong. And I did a video talking about it last year. It's a Target. If you scroll through my videos, you'll see it. That's why Target came back so strong investing. See, they didn't do it from the kindness of their heart. They did it because they got exposed for what they were doing, treating all black people like criminals when they went to their store, or not even just their store, in their circumference. This is good. Listen to the video. It's going to tell you how they did it. And that's why black folks was targeting them during the uprising, George Floyd uprising, because Target did our people wrong. And I didn't even know. I was like, damn, you remember? Every time you looked at the news, Target was up in flames. And people was like, what did Target do? I really didn't know until I did some, when this boycott happened, when we was like, we done with Target, I did research, and that's how I found out that Target did us dirty wrong, right? Okay. So they did all this to supposedly make up for their racist evil ways, but then soon as they had it out, they said, whoop, later black folks, we didn't want to do this for your ass anyway. Let's go on. Everyday black consumers, not celebrities, not politicians, regular people, stopped going to Target. They didn't just stop shopping, they documented it. They organized it. They turned it into a sustained, coordinated economic withdrawal. Here's what that boycott did. Target lost $20 billion in market value. Not millions, billions. Their foot traffic collapsed. Their quarterly sales declined across the board. And this is the part that should stay with you forever. Target's own executive in their official corporate earnings filings listed the DEI boycott as one of the reasons their sales were down. A corporation that size had to sit in front of their shareholders and say, Black consumers, stop coming. And it's costing us. And their CEO had to step down. Their CEO left. Now, when y'all get us fed up, things change. And all those naysayers, go look it up. Since you want to run your mouth. Well, y'all don't do nothing. Y'all don't do. Boycotts don't do. Anybody that come in your face, Black Americans, say that, just walk away. I mean, they're not going to come in your face and say it. I mean, figuratively. Because if the agents weren't hurting, like they trying to feign like they're not, they wouldn't come online talking stupid. When you're fearful, it causes you to run your mouth and say stupid things. Talking crazy to us like that ain't making us want to give our money to you. It's solidifying our stance against you, idiot. Why would I want to come back to you and give you my... Well, I didn't go to him like that anyway, but I'm just saying, why would I want to come back to you, give you my money when you all over social media talking crazy? You better find the money within your own community like we do. Y'all supposed to be together, right? Every other group's supposed to be tight but us, right? Okay. Let's go on. Things change when we're fed up. That is not my opinion. That is a line item on a Fortune 500 company's earnings report. Now, here's what I need you to take away from all this. Because there is a thread that runs from Greenwood, 1921, to Montgomery, 1955, to Denny's, 1994, all the way to Target, 2025. They still acting a fool. That's sick. When we put our foot down and stop giving them their money and they start losing money and almost their business and they still keep doing the same thing, that's insanity, people. When you keep doing the same thing, you don't learn your lesson, you're insane. So to keep practicing racism against us and we bring belt to ass, that's insanity on your part. And then you can say it's insanity on our part. Just because they act like they're doing better, they put on this public front like they're doing better towards us. I don't give a damn how many apologies you give. I don't care how many faux Black folks, leaders you go talk to get us to come back to your business. No, I'm not coming back. I'm done. Let's go on. And that thread is this: the Black dollar is not just spending power. It is deciding power. It is building power. And it is leveling power. When Black Wall Street had their dollar circulated 19 times in the community, they built hospitals, banks, and schools with a population of people who just come out of enslavement. They built self-sufficiency. And when these same people and their descendants decided to pull that dollar, companies lost 60% of their revenue in a month. Corporations paid $54 million in settlements. And in our lifetime, a retail giant lost $20 billion in market value and a CEO. So here's what I need to ask you directly. In 2026, Black Americans control an estimated 2.1 trillion. Like I said, it fluctuates. It could be 2.4, 2.6, 1.9. Let's go on. And spending power annually, that is more than GDP of most nations on this earth. And most of us are not thinking about where that money goes. We just spend it whenever it's or wherever it's convenient. That's a problem, Black Americans, because they don't do the same for us. They consciously think where they're going to spend their money. And it's not what our businesses us. Whoever advertises to us, whoever puts our face on a campaign and our money in their registers. But if we were as intentional today as they were in Greenwood, what if we decided collectively that our dollar goes where our dignity is respected? Remember, we have done this before. We have built with this dollar and we have broken with this dollar. Because the history is there. The receipts are there. We have always known how to build, even when they burnt it down. And we have always known how to take it away, even when they underestimated us. The weapon has always been in our hands. The question is whether we're ready to use it like we know what it can do. I'll let you sit with that. No, I'm really going to let you sit with that. And I'm about to end this video because I need y'all to think. I need y'all to call y'all families and friends. And I need y'all to discuss how this company, well, they say American is a corporation. How this corporation and these immigrants have treated us. How American, the corporation, and these immigrants have treated us. And we are the ones who make them rich. Are we going to keep playing the fool? Or are we going to bring our dollars together and build something greater and stronger and more efficient than Black Wall Street? And that's not a dig on Black Wall Street. That was 1920s. This is 2026 and going. So what do you think we can do now with social media, with the internet, with emails, digital businesses, online businesses? Okay? So let's go for it. I hope this video helped you a lot. Help you made a firm decision to stop giving haters your money. And I'm out. See you guys in the next video.